This is a question from Afrin, who asked, if someone dug a hole straight through the earth and jumped inside, what actually happens? Afrin, why are we casually planning experiments with gravity? But her question is actually one of the most fascinating things you could ever think about. So, here's the real answer. Imagine a tunnel that goes straight through the entire Earth. A 12,700-kilometer drop into complete darkness. You step to the edge, look down into the endless black, take a breath, and you jump. At first, everything feels familiar. Gravity catches you immediately, and your speed increases fast. 200 kilometers per hour, 400, 700. Within seconds, you're falling faster than any airplane has ever flown. The entrance above you shrinks into a tiny white dot, and suddenly, the world becomes quiet. But the deeper you fall, the more dangerous the environment becomes. The temperature rises sharply, the pressure builds, the oxygen fades. And this is the part most people don't realize. No human survives even the first tiny fraction of this journey. At 1 kilometer deep, the air feels heavy and hot. By 5 kilometers, the temperature touches 150 degrees. By 10 kilometers, the air becomes toxic. Oxygen collapses and the heat hits 200 degrees. This is exactly where the deepest hole humans ever drilled stopped, at 12.2 kilometers. And even the machines struggled there. A human would die somewhere between 10 and 20 kilometers deep. Not halfway, not 1%, just the first 0.1% of the Earth. Everything deeper than that is far beyond human survival. But since this is a what-if scenario, let's imagine the tunnel magically protects you. No heat, no pressure, no oxygen problems. Just pure physics. You keep falling, and your speed climbs. But you will not accelerate forever. Because the deeper you go, the thicker and heavier the air becomes. It compresses into a dense, hot fluid. It pushes against you like an invisible ocean. So your speed finally maxes out somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers per hour. Still insanely fast, but actually realistic. As you continue falling, gravity starts weakening, not because it disappears, but because now more of Earth's mass is above you, pulling upward instead of downward. The pull keeps getting lighter and lighter, until finally, you reach the exact center of the Earth. 6,371 kilometers below the surface, gravity becomes zero. There is no up, no down. For a moment, you are floating in the quietest place a human could ever reach. But your speed is still huge, so you glide past the center and begin rising toward the opposite side of the planet. You won't rise far. The air here is unbelievably dense, so thick it behaves almost like liquid metal. It slows you instantly. Your upward motion fades within minutes. You stop a few kilometers above the center, and gravity pulls you back again. You fall toward the middle, pass through it, rise a little on the original side, and stop again. Then you fall again, and again. You become a human pendulum inside the Earth, swinging back and forth in shorter and shorter motions. And this is the surprising part. You won't swing for days. The dense air kills your momentum quickly. In about 3 to 4 hours, all your motion disappears. And where do you end up? Exactly at the center of the Earth. The one point where gravity is perfectly balanced in all directions. You won't reach the opposite side. You won't keep falling forever. You won't pop out into another country. You will simply fall for almost an hour, slow down for a few more, and finally come to rest in the middle of the planet. So Afrin, the real answer is simple and a little terrifying. In reality, a person would die around 10 to 20 kilometers deep. But in a protected what-if world, they would fall for nearly 50 minutes, swing for a few hours, and spend the rest of eternity suspended quietly in the center of the Earth.